coming to see me again. I wanted to make another video for you tonight, and this time I'm going to be cleaning out my makeup box as it happens. I didn't really adjust it too much before, so you will be seeing it in its more natural state. So yeah, most of it is just drugstore makeup that needs to be cleaned off. There's a few nicer bits in there, but not really. I don't have a lot of brushes or anything. Maybe one day when I have enough money I'll get that, but not today. So first I thought we would look at the box. It is a gift from my mom. On the front, you can see it has two views of the globe. On the right-hand side, it says water hemisphere. On the left, it says land hemisphere. I don't know if any of you out there know your geology, or geography rather, but those are new terms to me, and I'm not altogether sure if they are accurate or professional terms for cartographers and geographers, but there you have it. You can see on this side right here, there's an awful lot more land on it. The water hemisphere is almost completely engulfed by the Pacific Ocean. So, it's kind of cute, right? If you're a traveler at heart. So, let's open her up. She's slightly magnetized, but as you can see, it's also covered in maps on the inside. But yeah, there's my messy little box of makeup. It needs to be polished off a little bit. There we go, dropping things. This first item I dropped is a very dusty e.l.f. blush kit. Just has a bronzer and a blush on it. I think it's supposed to be kind of like the NARS duos. In NARS I would normally go for the color Orgasm and Laguna as a brush, or as a bronzer rather. But I was feeling thrifty this day, so I bought things that, I don't know that they're quite dupes, but they're close enough. So to start cleaning off all this stuff, I have my handy dandy bowl of water. I have some rubbing alcohol. I'm not sure how much of that I'll need. Nothing needs to be sanitized too badly. And I have the thing I use for everything, which is Epsom salt. So I'm going to start by putting some Epsom salt in the water. Then I'm just going to take a tissue or two, dip them in the water, kind of stir them around in the salts a little bit. squeeze it out. And just brush off my makeup. I think this guy is as good as it's gonna get. He's not too bad, I guess. Could be worse for wear. What do we have next? Oopsie daisy. I don't always wear men's deodorant, but when I do, I really like certain types of Old Spice. This is called Aqua Reef. He's pretty worn down, as you can tell. And if you can read the description at back, he gives your armpit that fresh Caribbean feeling it craves. I had a good laugh session with a couple of my cousins over that description, and yet it seems to be true. I also have a relative fondness for Axe on myself, but not other people, interestingly, which I think might be the guiding force behind its marketing campaign. No offense intended, of course. But I'm not going to bother to clean him off right now. This is one of the more expensive items I own, believe it or not. It is the Naked 2 Basics palette. So if you take a look at the pans, I've actually used quite a bit of the middle shades, but you can't really tell from looking at it. But they're very pigmented eyeshadows, I have to say, and they stay on well even without a primer. But they're cooler than the original Naked palette, so I'm going to give her a good scrub off the front, I think. Just reuse my tissues, they're not too bad yet. Oh boy, that is really some eyeliner there, isn't there? I may need to add a little bit of soap to the water, I think. This is my favorite soap. It's actually a Yardley soap. It's their, I think their most popular one is the lavender one, but this particular one is like an oatmeal almond scent. I'm really fond of it. I think it's one of my favorite smells. It's, for some reason, reminds me of staying in like a fancy hotel. I don't know if I've ever stayed in a properly fancy hotel, but you know what I mean, being on a vacation, basically. take some of that soap on my tissue. And rub off that eyeshadow palette. And I think that's good enough for now. Let's see, what else do I have in here? This is a foundation I tried out recently. It's not that dirty. I don't know if I need to clean it. I bought this is the e.l.f. Foundation for acne prone skin. I bought it because I'd heard that it was a dupe for the Kat Von D one, and I really like the way the Kat Von D foundation looks. Every girl that I see wearing it looks really good. This is a decent foundation. It's maybe a tad bit dark for me, even though it's the lightest shade, but not a bad purchase for the price, gotta say. This is the Lash Paradise mascara that everyone goes on and on about. I like it, but I like to layer it. I don't know if I like it by itself as much as everyone else does, but it could be something to do with the formula. This is the Wet n Wild setting spray. I like it quite a bit. I guess I don't use a lot of setting spray, so it's hard to say, but I don't know that the mist is especially fine. The MAC Prep and Prime is probably a little bit finer, but it'll do for me. So anyway, here's some more of the Wet n Wild stuff. This is a primer. I actually think I like the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation without the primer though. But he's pretty dirty, so let me see if I can't get just a little bit of this muck off. I think I may have found the thing that Epsom salt doesn't do very well, which is clean off the packaging of makeup. Oh well, a little bit of clean is better than no cleaning, right? This is a powder I've used for a long time. It's the CoverGirl Clean powder. It does have a very distinct scent. I've heard people talk about this before, Tati and some of the other bigger gurus. It does smell like Noxzema, and I think, I'm not sure, but I think they used to be owned by the same company, but I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I like it, and what I like is that the scent that is so strong when you first buy it fades gradually and it starts to smell better. Which is kind of a weird thing, but there you have it. This is the shade Classic Ivory. It's kind of a nice light warm color. What else do I have? So this bronzer was, I'd never tried the Milani bronzer before, but yeah, it was on clearance at Target, and I sometimes have a hard time saying no to things that are on sale. So, picked it up, and it's pretty decent. It reminds me of the Physicians Formula. The Physicians Formula used to have this thing called Touch of Gold years ago. Oops. And it reminds me of that kind of. There's maybe a few particles of glitter in here, but mostly it's just a nice shimmery bronze. I have a foundation mixer in here because I am a pale-skinned person, so sometimes I have a hard time matching things to my neck. This mascara was interesting. This is a Revlon Multiplier mascara. It comes in the color plum brown, which I think was the main selling point for me, because Chanel and other mascaras like that always have like some fancy kind of subtle auburn tinge to their eye makeup, or it seems like that to me. Yeah, this mascara gets better with time. It's one of those things where you have to wait till the formula dries down a little bit before you can really build it up nicely. It starts out like kind of a, I don't know, just kind of weak. But you'll notice that the commercials have like Gwen Stefani on them and her lashes look all big and stuff, so I don't know. I might have to add some more Epsom salt to this water. Make it nice and clean. Not clean, but you know what I mean. More of a powerful cleaning solution. What else do we have in here that might need a good clean? This lipstick from CoverGirl, I don't know what the color name is, but it's number 35, and it's this very sort of bland looking pink shade that, I don't know, it doesn't really grab me, like I wouldn't gravitate towards it, but for some reason I bought it, and it actually looks really flattering. I always want to wear like really dark berry reds and stuff, but it turns out they don't look quite as good on me as this nice soft pink does. So maybe I should just stick to more neutrally sort of things. It might look better on me. I don't know. Yeah, some kind of eyeliner got on everything in my makeup box. Oh well, that's how life works, right? don't know if this is the most powerful cleaning solution, but it's better than nothing, I think. Some of this stuff makes some fun noises, gotta say. I think the winning for tapping is this Milani one. Something about having nice, weak packaging makes for good tapping. Don't you think? It's kind of an adverse side effect, or rather I don't know, a bonus to having cheap packaging that would be otherwise overlooked. Although this deodorant smells pretty good. Or sounds pretty good, rather. I'm a little tired. I need a drink of this Diet Coke. These are some little drugstore eyeshadow palettes I have. This one definitely needs a little wipe down. But this is in the shade Shimmering Sands, I believe. For some reason, the pigment in this, it smells exactly like this L'Oreal one, which also, incidentally, is very, very dirty. But it's in the shade Raven, or excuse me, Lush Raven. It's a fun phrase to say. Lush Raven. Noir Velour. Anyway, there's something in the pigment, something in the formula that it's almost an unsmell. Like you're not smelling a fragrance, you're smelling some ingredient, but it makes me feel very nostalgic for some reason. Excuse me, sorry, I bumped your head there. Yeah. Everything else in here is kind of lame. I mean, not lame, just doesn't really have a story behind it as such. Ooh, this Maybelline single eyeshadow. I don't tend, as I said earlier, I'm learning that more neutral colors look better on me, but I kind of wish I had more occasion to wear more colorful eyeshadow, only because shades like this baby, which I don't know the lighting in here is going to do it justice, but is the most perfect teal color I think I've ever seen in my life. And the payoff is really excellent too. The shade is Turquoise Sea. See, and that's just like one little swipe. Look at how pretty that is. It looks like a more expensive eyeshadow. Anyway, what do I have? Concealer. Yeah, the doe foot still looks good and everything. Sometimes this little area gets kind of funky though. Maybe wipe that down a little bit. Yeah, and everything in here is pretty clean. Maybe wipe off my tweezers a little bit. I actually prefer the Tweezerman tweezers to these guys. Those do a really good job, but these are okay. Although I don't pluck my eyebrows anymore, I just pick out, you know, the stray chin hair, or, you know, There is one funky blonde one that just grows right out of the middle of my head. And because it's blonde, I don't notice it till it's like 2 inches long or 3 inches long. But it's like it grew overnight. And I have dark brown hair, so, and like dark eyebrows, so it doesn't really make any sense. Oh well, what can you do? This is a Rimmel lipstick, which is a nice summer color. It's called Beachy Peach, but it's somewhat drying because it's a long-wearing lipstick, so you have to be really careful about moisturizing your lips if you're gonna choose a shade like this. Yeah, I kind of stumbled upon it. It was on sale at Walgreens a while back, and I just decided to try it out. It's actually pretty nice. It works well as a blush too, I have to say. Good job, Rimmel. What else we got? There's a sharpener in here. Ooh, look at that. I'll have to clean him out over the trash can. More Wet n Wild, this time just a basic mascara. He's pretty new. He doesn't really need a cleaning. This is probably the most expensive powder I've ever bought, which isn't that expensive. It's just a Clinique one that I've obviously hit pan on, but it's just like a normal matte ivory shade. But I like Clinique powders. They seem pretty good, at least in my opinion. I did go through a phase where I really liked the Bare Minerals. Here's a MAC lipstick. This is more of a cult favorite. It's Ruby Woo. Yeah. This is the one you see in Allure all the time, where they're like, it's the one red lipstick that looks good on everyone. I don't know if it really looks good on everyone because it's kind of matte, but it is very pretty if you want that properly red shade. Almost kind of cherryish. I don't know, everything else in here is pretty clean and uneventful. Yeah, I'm gonna put all this stuff away and I'm going to say good night. Hopefully that was boring enough for you to fall asleep to. I'll be back soon for a video this week, and thank you so much.